I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was $80 freaking already.
Cost of living is going up in 2025. You've probably noticed it. You've probably noticed it because you've clicked on this video because you are frustrated with what's going on with prices. And we're not even just going to talk about the cost of living with groceries. We're going to be talking about housing prices. We're even going to be talking a little bit about fast food prices. We're going to cover a wide spectrum of things today. But before we do go into these videos, I want to let you guys know that I found out that like 88% of the viewers who watch this channel are not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well if you do enjoy the content. And with that being said, let's dive into some videos.
I'm here in the store for the first time in a while, and I'm gonna go check out the egg prices. Every single store I've went to buy eggs has been sold out, so hopefully this store has some. They can't be that high, right? Like, they can't. Egg prices. $50 for this? $50. $14. What the fuck is in this? Yo. What the fuck happened to the eggs? Are you serious? $10 for this shit? The fuck is in there, gold? The fuck do they put in the eggs now? I gotta be in a different tax bracket to eat breakfast?
You gotta be in a different tax bracket to eat breakfast. I love that the video ended on that line. It is kind of insane to see like eggs even going anywhere near the $20 margin, but to see that big, mind you, it was 2 stacks, 2 rows for $50 is crazy. I do know there was some health reasons why a lot of these egg prices were going up. They had a lot of them that they had to return because of contamination, and that did rise the price of eggs. So hopefully egg prices go back down. I don't know. It's really scary because whenever we see inflation on things, they tend to not go down in price. A lot of things that rise up in price they kind of get sticky in that area, and then it's just has trouble going down. At least that's the excuse a lot of companies will use, and that's just the way it is. So hopefully egg prices go back down because eggs are definitely a great source of protein.
I'm gonna show you why mass looting is gonna start soon. Dude, $12.44 patties. Come on, bro. $12.28 for some taquitos. Can't even afford eggs, bro. $9.92 for a frozen pizza. The same price as the Uno's one, bro. Bro, frozen fish nugget bites, $6.62 for the pickles, bro. I don't even like pickles. You can keep them. Nah. Bro, is anything single digits?
Do you guys think that mass looting is about to start soon with these prices going up? We haven't seen anything like that for eggs yet, but I do imagine if the prices continue to go up, I don't know if there's going to be mass looting necessarily, but I do think it's going to cause a lot more theft.
Bruh, how the fuck did I just spend $75 at KFC for 3 combos? And I don't even go to KFC that much, and this is fucking why, because it's shit, and it's so fucking expensive. Like, every combo was about 18 to 20 bucks, plus maybe 1 extra each on each one. But fucking 75 bucks is a rip. I've been to about 10 different KFCs around the world, and I've got to admit, KFC in New Zealand is definitely the worst KFC that I've ever been to. The burgers are fucking stale, the chicken is fucking horrible, the fucking potato and gravy tastes like fucking plastic. For 75 bucks, bruh, I am never going back to KFC again.
Let's do the math there. $75 for 3 meals. That means that you spent $25 per meal. That is insane. I can never imagine these prices for KFC. Here in Canada, we used to have this thing called Toonie Tuesdays. So if you are Canadian watching it, hit that thumbs up as well if you do remember these Toonie Tuesday deals, where you would get, it was like 2 pieces of chicken and fries, and you might have even got a drink. I think it just might have been that, but $2. Now they have a thing called the Tuesday special where it's like around $4 to $5, I think, right now. So that exact same deal with the same amount of food now has more than doubled in price.
Living in Canada sucks. So I got 4 fucking ciabatta buns, a thing of pickles, salami, 2 things for my cats. This has 4 of them in it, I think, or 3, 4 or 3 of them, and then a little soup.
And then cheese and butter. Yeah, jalapeno cheese. Guess how much that was? Just a wild guess. Almost $50.
What?
Like, the prices in Canada are fucked.
I don't know. Why does that not surprise me?
Like, what the fuck?
Living in Canada, I have to say, that does not surprise me. One thing in particular that I really hate being in Canada is the price of red meat. I was in Mexico recently. I don't know if you guys saw that video where I went to a Mexican grocery store. If you haven't, go check that one out. And I show some of the prices and I converted to Canadian US to give you guys an example of what people pay in Mexico, especially people who are like expats, people from the States and Canada who are living there, the prices that they are paying on groceries. And I couldn't believe how cheap like meat in general is, but especially red meat and fish. I can't imagine like the shock of a Mexican who, you know, is living comfortably in Mexico, coming to Canada and going to a Costco, a place where you have to pay for a membership here, guys. You have to pay for these prices at these grocery stores like Costco, and this is what you're paying.
$43 for some paper thin steaks? I'm sorry, if you guys are paying this, you gotta see a psychiatrist at that point. That's wrong.
$43 for 2 thin steaks. Now in Mexico, I noticed that they had ribeye, 2 pieces of ribeye for about $9 Canadian converted. And ribeye is a really good cut of meat. So if you think about that, we are getting robbed for the prices we pay for meat specifically in Canada.
How bougie I am? Holy fuck. That? Oh yeah, there's nothing in the rest of the vehicle. Okay, we're just gonna show you the seats. See, nothing in there, nothing up there. Just this. Just in the back of my car is $700 of groceries, supposedly. And I am strategic as fuck. Like, things are on sale, things are doubled up. Granted, like, this is all the dry items and stuff because it's their cheap day. Sobeys is cheaper than Loblaws these days. But, like, check that out. Like, that's insane. And that's how strategic I am. But, like, oh God. Like, what the fuck is happening?
And I don't know if you guys saw that, the bill did come up to about $642 for all of those groceries. That's almost a month's rent for some people. Well, if you have a roommate. Actually, hell, in Canada, if you have 5 roommates, maybe that's a month rent. Yeah, Canada. Prices suck.
I just have to rant. So I have some family members in right now, and we're going to do a rib dinner tonight, and these are my ribs. We put a dry rub on them, and then we're going to smoke them and finish them off on the barbecue. To accompany that, I'm going to do this really yummy potato recipe. You put baking soda in the water and then cut them up and put them in the oven, and they just come out foamy and crispy and just delicious. So I went to Superstore this morning to buy these potatoes. I needed 4, and this was the cost of 4 potatoes. 4 potatoes, $9.47. I bought these ribs at Costco, 2 racks for $24, which is, you know, a reasonable price. But yeah, almost $10 for 4 potatoes. Like, what the actual F? I just cannot believe the price of food right now. It's just getting to be stupid. And, you know, those families that have, you know, multiple mouths to feed, I don't know how they're doing it. It's just sickening. And I'm just so tired of what is going on in our country. Just despicable.
And again, it's not just food prices that we're seeing inflation on. We're seeing inflation on housing, we're even just basic services. And one person here explains how insane their day was just by literally leaving the house and running some errands. It ends with them breaking the bank. Seriously, some people just want to stay home at this point and just eat Mr. Noodles or ramen noodles because you can't go out. Whenever you do, you're forced to spend money here or there.
All right, another rant about the price of things right now in Canada. Just want to say, I just went to wax my legs, had a coffee and a sandwich. Coffee and a sandwich in a coffee shop while I was working, and then I went to buy a bit of meat and a few vegetables, and in total this cost me almost $200. And the waxing of the legs was cheaper than usual. It was $50. Usually it's $100 in the city. My sandwich and coffee cost me $32. And the groceries, which is a really small bag, was $98. This is absurd. It's obscene.
$98 for a little bag of groceries. Now, mind you, she didn't show you what she actually got, but assuming we take her word for it, she got some meat and some vegetables. That was it. $98 for that. Here's another crazy grocery haul.
Fuck the shit cost in Vancouver, Canada. First up, we have bananas, $1.66. I was kind of surprised by this. I thought they were going to be like $49.99, but we did pretty good. Onion, what do you think? $1.94. The onion costs more than the banana. Odd choice, but I don't make the rules. $1.56 for these 3 carrots. $1.45 for these 2 pieces of celery. And then $3.26 for all this watermelon that I need to eat right now, but my hands are dirty as fuck from all these groceries. Meats. Okay, what do you think my 1 box of chicken nuggets that are gluten-free are? $7 each. Slay. Okay, now what about these chicken thighs? 8.8 kilograms. It's heavy. $17.
Can we talk about the celery for a second? You know, celery is basically just water. It's like, there's not many calories. I think there's like 0 calories in celery, so you're essentially just eating fiber at this point, right? But it was like, what, around $2 for 2 stalks of celery? Am I seeing that right? Was it even more than that? That's crazy. That is actually crazy. The fact that places will charge you for like little carrots and you get your cut of celery with your chicken wings, and they'll like charge you what, $5-6 for that little bit of vegetables that you get on the side. Just crazy to see these prices, but not as crazy as these rent prices right here. So these are Canadian rent prices as of 2025. This is how bad it's got. Vancouver, these are 1-bedroom places. $2,522 is the average. Toronto, $2,353. Burnaby, BC, we have $2,320. Oakville, Ontario, $2,295. Even if you go to the cheaper places like Fort McMurray in Alberta, which is so cold, I don't even know why anyone would want to live there unless you're literally working the oil fields. That is $1,211. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, a place that not a lot of people choose to live unless you're born there. Well, maybe you have to move there with the prices of everything going up, right? But a 1-bedroom there is $1,217. Going back to Laval, Quebec, let's pick a Quebec location. We're looking at $1,667. What is going on with these rental prices? You know what? Like, to basically afford and to live comfortably in Vancouver for that price, $2,522 for a 1-bedroom, you're gonna have to make between $120,000 to $150,000 because of how high taxes are, how high other expenses may be, groceries, everything else. Just absolute insanity. But this is where we are in 2025.
I swear, things are so expensive now that when a cashier forgets to scan a couple items, I don't say shit. Granted, I used to be that person that'd be like, oh, you forgot this, you forgot that. You know, I've always been that person. But she forgot to scan my bleach and my multi-purpose cleaner. So I just chucked that up. I see it as you doing me a favor at this point, because if you don't see it, I don't fucking see it. You know what I mean? Like, it is crazy expensive. And to think, like, I barely got any food items, barely got anything really, and spent over $100. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm definitely not about to say nothing about that, about those 2 things. Nope. If she ain't see it, me neither, girl. Me neither.
What do you think about that situation? Would you do the same, or do you empathize with her, or do you still think that's wrong? I do think it's wrong. I think you should at least bring it up, but regardless, that is where some people are at.
Are you fucking serious? I just went to a cafe this morning in Melbourne, Australia, and I paid $45 for 2 eggs on toast and avocado on the side. And earlier this year, I was in Bali, and it was like $10 to $15 for the same thing. Like, how are you even meant to live right now with the rising cost of living and inflation in Australia and work a normal job where you're earning $40,000 to $100,000 a year? Like, money just isn't the same anymore. $40,000 to $100,000 a year on a salary or working on an hourly rate, it just isn't the same as what it was 5 years ago. The inflation is crazy right now and things are just way more expensive than what they should be. It's just like ridiculous. I know there's so many people living paycheck to paycheck. They got smashed by the pandemic. So many people unemployed because they didn't want to take the jab. And just people that are barely have any money right now, more than whatever I've seen before.
So this cost of living, it's not just affecting Canadians. I know I talk a lot about Canada on the channel, but it's also affecting Australians and, of course, our neighbors down south in the United States.
Hi guys, I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was $80 freaking already. I literally have $10 left on my account. The fuck? So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote, and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews. And still nothing. Like, what the fuck is going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. I'm gonna keep showing up. But man, my bills are not going to wait.
And it's not just the United States, it's the entire world, especially the Western world. Young people are feeling it, old people are feeling it, everyone is feeling it right now. Leave your thoughts below about this video's topic and let me know your situation as well. Is there something going on in your life that's making you realize the cost of living just ain't worth it anymore? Okay, hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.